And coming to your vocals, I mean, I can't question that because you're killing it from every possible angle. I mean, you yourself know, it's a pretty common thing when everybody says that Sven has set a bar so damn high in death metal in terms of your such deep, diverse vocal range, which is amazing to see. How do you even figure out? How do you even manage to make sure that, it's you're pushing yourself way too hard on every album? Don't laugh. I'm being serious here.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard for me to be objective on that point because, we're talking about myself. I just,
Yeah.
try to do my best, and I try to do better with each album and try to be more diverse each album. And, I just try to sound like me, I guess. I always believe that that's one of the strongest things for a singer
Hmm.
is to sound like yourself. There's
Absolutely.
enough people that try to sound like someone else, which I get. I have my influences, and obviously they're part of how I got my voice.
Right.
But there's try to always be yourself rather than sounding like someone else, and that's what for me great singers, and there's several great guests on this album too. I mean, Travis Ryan is on top of his game. I mean, he's one of the most unique voices out in death metal.
Right.
Same with Julian from Benighted and Dave Davidson or Jason from Origin. I mean, they all really have their own distinct sound, and you can definitely tell when they're doing their part in the album.
Right.
And I that's something I highly respect, and I'm very honored that these people agreed to be a part of this record.
Absolutely. That was my next question, that you have these guests which, one by one, you had announced them through the pictures of even David Davidson doing. So was it like kind of a preconceived notion that I'm going to have these guys on the album, or it just happened as you were writing stuff?
It's it's a little bit of both because I personally really enjoy having some guests because it first of all adds some more diversity,
Right.
and second of all I really like working with people that I respect as musicians and that are friends.
Hmm.
So for me, like when we were writing certain songs, to me it was clear like it would be like Divine Impediments. While we were writing the song, I immediately thought like Travis has to be on here.
Okay.
So I hit him up, and I'm glad it happened. And the same to the other songs. I mean, I think it's fantastic to have these people on there. It adds something more diverse for the listener,
Hmm.
and it's something really personal and awesome for me as well to have them on board.
Definitely, man. And all these references, it's really great to see from where the hell you find these sound clips. I found one though from the American TV show House, which was which
You're
was
the
kind
only
of
one that found that one.
which was exciting for me because it was a quote I knew and loved already. Let me tell you that.
That's cool because you're the only one that actually found the house one. Because everybody's always looking at the horror clips, so they're like, oh, it's got to be from some horror movie.
Right.
Yeah, Doctor House, man.
Awesome. You seem to seamlessly incorporate these into the tracks. I mean, it kind of, fits in really well. Again, you spend, some good amount of time trying to figure out which clip, and, of course, you dig deep and figure out where to get these clips from.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been a really important part of the sound because to me, Aborted is sort of like the musical equivalent of a horror film. So we're
Right.
trying not only to, purvey brutal and extreme music, but we're also trying to convey some sort of atmosphere. So these things have, you know, not unlike Mortician, I guess, a part of our sound.
Awesome, man. I always wondered because I think you're also from the web development side. You're also a developer, if I'm not wrong.
I'm a designer. I'm a UI designer.
UI designer. So we both are from the same field, and then you are there, killing it every night on stage. How do you manage your professional life with obviously working with, it's a totally different side of Sven.
Yeah, I mean, it's what keeps things interesting, I guess. It's too they're somehow still related to each other because design and art and all that, but
Yeah.
it's very different and it keeps things interesting. If I would be only designing, I would feel limited. If I would be only doing music, I would be feeling limited as well. So for
Right.
me, the combination is perfect. As to combining, well, that's where it gets tough.
Right.
You do what you can to make it work. Sometimes you can't do something with the band because of work, and it's how it goes. But you gotta make a living as well.
Absolutely, man. How do they manage to let you go for such a, long, like you be on tour as well, or you put like a leave once and for all for like a month long and then go on tour?
Yeah, pretty much. That's how I do it, or leave without pay, or if it's, for example, for the last tour in the album cycle, I was working at a company that I really didn't like, so I just quit my job to do the album and do the
Mhm.
tour, and then got another job. So it's a bit of mixture of that, and just making dues with what you can do. Right now, I'm working for a company which I really enjoy and that is really cutting edge at what they're doing. So obviously, I'm I'm not gonna quit it just for a tour.
Man, amazing. I mean, because, even I'm from information technology, so it's insane how to manage the day job and obviously run a magazine as well. So I totally understand that. Now, getting back towards the last part of my interview with you, which album do you feel out of, let's say, all the full lengths released so far have had a biggest impact on your career?
Of Aborted,
Yeah.
I would say first of all Gormageddon,
Mm-hmm.
because that's really where the band got more known,
Right.
outside, even outside of Europe. So I think that one was really where it took us to a next level.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, for sure, Global Flatline and Coronary Reconstruction, which after everything, we had a bad period with Southern Apparatus and Strychnine, so that kind of put the band back on the map. And from then on, honestly, really every album is something that I've cherished and I'm really proud of. So it's hard to just pick one.
Absolutely, man. I can imagine that. Now, what are the plans of touring? I know you're just done with the leg with Cataclysm. Are you guys gonna, kind of chill out till summer and then do a full-fledged, maybe a US tour or something?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've been so busy, and like we just discussed, have work. So right now, the summer we're doing a couple festivals. Then we're working on a full US tour for the fall,
Mm-hmm.
and Europe is gonna have to wait until early 2017, I believe, because I mean we've just been so.
Yeah, man. Awesome. Good to hear that you have, plans to tour and, do this album live as well. So before we conclude, how about you define, it'll be very difficult, but I think you can do it. Retro Gore in just one sentence.
Delicious, gory fun.
Excellent, dude. Man, thanks a lot for sparing some time. I appreciate it. I was just more concerned that whether you're okay because, thing back home is really insane. So glad you're safe. Band members are safe. So take care of yourself. I'll catch you down the road sometime.
All right. Thank you, man.
Yep.
Have a nice day.
You too, man. Take care. Bye bye.